Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Leschber with 1836 Property Management, as always in beautiful Austin, Texas. This video is to discuss your need to stop shopping by price if you are a rental property owner looking for property management services. Let's dig into this. Would you consider exchanging $10 for $1? Would you think that was cheap? Now consider $10,000 in exchange for $400. Would that be a better deal? It's not about what you're paying, it's about what you're getting in return, and successful investors know this. So what does it take to manage your property, and where does that money come from? Let's go all the way back to the start of this to figure out how pricing is done. Here's how it works on the back end. Property management profit. Did you know that some companies like gas stations make a 1 or 2% profit? Grocery stores may make a 2 or 3% profit if they're lucky. Businesses like banks make around a 30%. This will help put in perspective that property management companies make around a 5 to 10% profit if they're lucky. Many of them lose money in exchange for the belief that they're going to earn future sales commissions from those properties that they're managing. However, some property management companies may even make profits as high as 30%, but they are definitely the outliers. What happens if you choose a cheap provider that can't properly manage the contracts they sign or the properties with which they're entrusted? Well, insufficient staffing to return requests or lease your properties. That's the first thing. This is going to result in higher vacancy costs for you, the investor, but you may not know it until it's too late. Insufficient staffing to actually manage your properties. This is going to result in higher turnover, maintenance costs, and expensive surprises that once again, you, the investor, are going to end up paying for. Insufficient care or staff to properly maintain your property, which means deterioration of the quality of the asset. Inability to reinvest in software which holds them accountable internally and delivers greater returns to you. This, as with the others, is going to result in more errors which will cost you, the investor, money, and you could possibly save more on services with other providers that charge more and have a lot less frustration. The inability to maintain staff, increased turnover, which all means you don't know who to rely on or who to talk to when you call. Worse customer service equals greater turnover, costing you money and your tenants frustration. The inability to spend money on education so that their property managers know how to avoid trouble before running into it. That increased staff error costs you, the investor, to pay for their education. And the inability to collaborate with attorneys so that they can make the best decisions for you to negotiate better outcomes before it's too late. Thinking they can do everything will mean you have to pay to fix problems that could have been avoided because you chose someone that didn't want to properly fund their own company and your future. So variables to consider when choosing your property management partner. Years of experience and licenses. Make sure these guys have been around, have been through the ringer, and are properly licensed. Some agents do this, and it may be illegal. So make sure that you're dealing with somebody who has a brokerage and has the legal ability to manage funds by the state in which you reside. Staff to units managed ratio. You won't know this one until it's too late either. Efficiencies can be obtained. However, if there's no one in the office, there's no one there to answer your call. Tried and true processes and procedures. I dare you to ask someone that you're shopping to see their processes, to know how many steps it takes to get your house leased, or at 1836, we call some of these on the macro side our steps to success. Innovation of technology and ease of use for staff and clients. Make sure that when you're interacting with them, it's easy. If they're still sending you paper statements, you've got a problem past 2020. Existing partnerships with local agents, vendors, and legal authorities. Guys, if they've been in the community a while and don't have existing partnerships and people that love them, you've got somebody who you don't want to work with either. Full service versus discount property management services. The only reason to do something on a discounted basis or on a partial basis is because you can't do it right on the big scale. Make sure that anybody you're working with does it all, from A to Z, top to bottom, and does it right. Anybody that cuts up their business for you will cut up the returns for you as well. Performance, strategy, monitoring, and real-time reporting for your property. Staff responsibilities and company performance. That's a mouthful. But how is that company making sure your property is performing as well as their staff internally? Ask them. See what kind of responses you get. I dare you're going to get anything quantifiable with somebody outside of 1836. Lastly, 24/7 property management services that cost around the same as any other regular monthly bill. If you go to dinner and it costs $120 to have a couple meals and a couple drinks, don't expect to get property management services for $49 a month that work for you 24/7, 365, and yes, even on Christmas Day. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you guys. Find us online at 1836propertymanagement.com or give us a call, 512-994-4323. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to any of the channels where you're watching this for the latest and best property management and real estate investing information in Austin. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.